Will somebody tell me if we're supposed to start the program?
Freeman hits the ball to right field.
Into right field. She is gone!
Oh, what a pass! Doncic, perfection there on the assist. A little magic from Doncic.
Stafford takes the shoulder, takes a shot downfield. It is caught by Nakua. He pinned him on his shoulder and made the catch.
One of a kind player. One of a kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
Diving in on the count. LeBron James at the buzzer.
This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights out. Butter's getting hard, the eggs are cooling, and the jello is jiggling.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the LA Sports Roundup Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Andrade. We're sitting here recording Friday morning, March 13th, 2026. And it's been a couple weeks since you guys have heard from me, so I want to apologize for that. Just, busy as life always throws you some curveballs, but you know what? We are a resilient bunch, aren't we all? A jam-packed show, as we have always. First, we're going to get started with a Zoom recorded interview with the LA Times own, formerly of Lace 'em Up Sports, Anthony Solorzano, who now covers sports for the LA Times. We're going to be talking all things Dodgers, and we're talking the World Baseball Classic, among other things. And then we're going to be getting to everything the LA Rams have been doing since the offseason has started. But before that, guys, I want you guys to hit like, follow us, subscribe to all of our channels on social media. You can find us at Lace 'em Up Sports. Guys, continue to up our numbers to continue to get us more followers, more subscribers. You guys keep doing your job. Keep spreading the word about our podcast, Wrestling with Ryan. That is a weekly podcast that we do every single week. So you guys, if you're into pro wrestling, into WWE, that is the podcast for you to be listening about everything that's going on in the world of WWE and AEW. Obviously this podcast, if you love LA sports and you want to send it to a friend, feel free to do that. But make sure to you guys are doing your part and hit liking, subscribing, following us on all of our social medias at Instagram, Spotify, where you're listening to this podcast, TikTok, X.
All right.
Make sure you guys are doing your job there.
Anthony Solorzano. What's up, Anthony?
All right, so
hey, what's up, Mike? How's it going?
Interview
good,
with
dude.
Anthony
Just out here living
Solorzano,
life,
talking all things Dodgers.
as we do.
Talking sports.
Talking sports, talking shit. No, I'm joking. Not talking shit. Talking sports, and just man, excited for what the Dodgers have on slate coming up. This season. I cannot believe that we are already in spring training with the Dodgers.
I mean, it's almost the end.
Yeah.
Opening day is the 26th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. We're back at it. I feel like a season never ended. Celebration kept going until.
That's what happens when you're a World Series championship team. You just get the shortest offseason, and that's been the Dodgers the last few years now. Not being able to have a proper offseason, or at least a proper amount of rest, but that's okay. You want
Yeah. It's they finished playing November 1st last year.
Yeah.
And they reported by the time that spring training, quote unquote, was back on, most of the players were already there practicing.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I feel like they just want to be around the boys, I guess, and get the game started, get the season started early.
Exactly.
Um
That's being locked in, man. That is being locked in. That's being committed to their craft. Not being, I guess some athletes might take it as, oh man, I have to go back. As opposed to the Dodgers, like they can wait to get back to spring training and to get back in together with with the club.
Yeah, for sure. I'm telling you, I think everybody was supposed to report the weekend or the Tuesday after Valentine's Day weekend, and by that time, I'm telling you, most of the infield was already there. Muncy, Rojas, Mookie. Mookie reported a little later because he was a part of the NBA All-Star game this year.
Right. Right.
I'm telling you, like everybody was already kind of there early, ready to go. They have been down slow playing the starters. They didn't appear in the first couple of spring training games,
Right.
but they had a sort of a set amount of at bats that they wanted to give each of the starters before the beginning of the season. And I mean, I feel like that this is where they get their rest.
Yeah. I mean, baseball is the longest season out of all of the pro sports. The longest. So if they're going to get a rest, it has to be at least from now till maybe what, May, June?
I'm telling you, I feel like the month of March is still spring training. And whatever games are played during the month of March,
Yeah.
the starters won't be stretched more than 4 innings. Maybe even, yeah, if we're lucky, we'll get someone pitching into the fifth. But
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. It's like I said, March games are just as much as a part of spring training as the spring training games right now, for sure.
For sure, definitely. But something that's kind of unique to the season. Well, every 3 years we have the World Baseball Classic, and so a lot of players have been ditching their MLB team to join in on their home base, and it's kind of weird because you'll have guys like I'll take the Padres for example. You have like not Juan Soto, but like Tatis Jr. and then Manny Machado playing for what, the Dominican.
Yeah, Team
And then
Dominican
yeah,
Republic.
and then they'll be playing I think they're playing the Minnesota Twins or something. So it's kind of weird to see uh the like a national team playing an MLB team during spring training.
Yeah, I didn't really watch any spring training games this year. I the last couple of years I kind of just focus on the stories that come out of the games and practices, but this year I did watch the Mexico against the Dodgers game.
Yeah.
That's the only spring training game I watched, and it was good.
Mhm.
I think the score was like 8-6. It was a pretty close game up until the end. Uh, the Dodgers won that game. Class now started the game. He looked good. I feel like he's been the pitcher that has been stretched out the most this spring training.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, aside from Yamamoto, who's pitching for Team Japan, but I feel like every Dodger playing in the World Baseball Classic made it into the next round.
Right.
Will Smith with the Team USA,
Hmm.
um, Yamamoto and Otani both with Team Japan,
Yeah.
and then we have who am I missing? Oh, Kim,
Yeah.
Hae-sung Kim for Korea.
Korea. I mean, Clayton Kershaw is not with the Dodgers anymore, but even he's still playing with Team USA,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
kind of a crazy thing if you're retired yet you're still playing in these MLB games.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but he hasn't pitched this year, this World Baseball Classic yet. He was in the bullpen warming up during the horrific loss to Team
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
They really got there. I mean, I did not see that coming.
Oh wait, I think I did see him get he got bombed off of already.
He got what?
I think he got bombed off of already. He got hit like somebody hit a home run off of him already. I forget
That
which
was,
game.
yeah, that was during spring training. That was
Ah,
before the tournament started. But like in the
gotcha.
actual game, he hasn't. I mean, Team USA has the only reason he would have come in is if they were losing by a lot and they
Yeah.
needed someone to eat up some outs.
Yeah.
And I mean, they beat up on Brazil and Britain, Great Britain, and then they beat up on Mexico as well too. So there was no need for him to come out. But when they were playing against Italy, he was in the bullpen warming up.
Yeah.
He wasn't put in, but they did announce today. The manager announced that he will be taken off the roster after Friday's game
Oh wow.
against Team Canada. What they're going to do is they're going to add Ryan, a pitcher from the Minnesota Twins, to pitch the championship game if they
Oh wow.
go that far.
Yeah.
So his career will fully officially be ending
Right.
on Friday's game against Team Canada,
Exactly.
which could be a good one. I saw a couple of the Team Canada games during the Classic. They're playing in, I believe, in Puerto Rico, and
Yeah.
I mean they came out on top of the group.
Yeah.
They're going against the U.S. and winner take home, winner go home game on Friday, which will decide who goes to the semifinals. And
Right.
I mean, a lot of people not really into. I mean, at least from what I've seen on like in person and some of the reporters too, they're not really into the game. I mean, the tournament, but I'm a big fan of it. I feel like international play is the way to grow this game.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been thinking about like how they have it set up where different groups play in different countries. Right now they have people playing in Japan, people playing in Puerto Rico, people playing in Miami and in Houston.
Yeah.
And then once the playoffs start, then they all come to one specific location. And I feel like they should keep that kind of just structure, just because I think you expose different countries to
Oh.
the game of baseball, and you continue to grow, and perhaps maybe down the line they have a more. I think right now they have 5 teams per group, so that's 20 teams.
Wow.
There's room for more for sure.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right, man. Like the way to grow the sport is continuously, having exposure to these guys on their international teams. And that's only going to make like look what we saw not last year, but the last World Baseball Classic between Ohtani and Mike Trout. Who knows? Maybe we can have a repeat. Not Mike Trout's not on the team this year, but maybe we can have another repeat of Team USA versus Japan. And man, like how great would that be for baseball again?
I mean, I'm all for it, dude. Like, bring on the dramatics in a random Tuesday in March. I think the final is on March 17th, and I think that's a Tuesday. Like, I'm all for it. Bring it on. It beats watching a spring training game where
For sure
nothing matters and who cares how many home runs were hit. Just give me a real game.
Exactly. And you're also having playoff intensity baseball in March. So
yeah,
it's incredible to watch. And then, hopefully it's just not a situation where guys get burnt out because it is such a long season. But at the end of the day, you want this as like we're fans, as fans want this, teams want this, ownership wants it. I think it's a win all across the board when you can have intense games like this.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I said, there's no better way to grow the sport than tournaments like this. And I feel like the rules they have right now implemented in terms of like the way you use starting pitchers in the first round compared to how you use them in the second round. The pitchers, I mean the pitching count increases. I feel like the first round is 45 pitches, or no, 65 pitches, and then after that it goes up a couple more pitches. So they're managing. Obviously, it's March. No one's ramped up, so they do a good job at managing the players and their health. I mean, I got to bring this up. I don't know if you saw, but the whole Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh situation at home plate.
Oh,
Randy playing for Team Mexico, and Cal Raleigh playing for Team USA. They're both teammates.
Yeah.
Randy goes for a handshake, and the American goes, "Nah, man, I don't do that," which is crazy. Then you have and Team Venezuela against the Dominican Republic at the top of the game. You have Manny Machado coming up to bat with Contreras from Milwaukee catching, and what do? They hug. They hug and they pat each other in the chest. Like, that. I mean, to me, that's a way better example than the fierce competitor Sure, you do that in the final and the second and the quarterfinals, semifinals. Sure.
Right.
But group stage, come on, bro. Just shake his hand.
It's a brotherhood out there, man.
Yeah, show some love to your teammate and move
Exactly.
on. I'm not asking you to make out at home plate. Just,
Yeah.
shake his hand.
I think, well, people like kind of take and I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan, but they're probably taking Mamba mentality a little too serious when, like in the Olympics when he ran over Pau Gasol. But
Yeah.
this is like, come on now. This is like not that it's a meaningless game, but like also like lighten up a little bit.
Okay, that game was also like a final.
That was a final. But this
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure. Like there's also those stories you hear of Michael Jordan making up stories of his rivals just so he could have a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
That,
where he did it personally.
that works for the playoffs and any kind of a like win or go home kind of game. But on a group stage, just shake his hand, bro.
Exactly. But yeah, as we get past the World Baseball Classic, now we're entering into opening week for the Dodgers. Where do you think the Dodgers are at in terms of their bullpen? And where do you think that the Dodgers are at in terms of just getting everyone healthy and together?
This is it, bro. This is they're on their way to become to three-peat. I honestly think they're probably in the best place they can be to complete that goal of theirs.
Yep.
And ruin baseball for next year.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just completely cause a stoppage of the game. Sure, anything could happen in the season. And I feel like
right.
For them to not make it into the World Series this year, I feel like every single player has to like be injured or something.
Right, exactly. I want to note on that because a lot of people are like, "Oh, the Dodgers are ruining baseball. Oh, they're gonna cause a stoppage." First of all, look, the Dodgers. What have we done illegal? Nothing. We have ownership that has continuously provided for this team to go above and beyond to stretch contracts into making us competitive, and that's all within the realm of the CBA. If you have or wherever it is for baseball, and so you look the Dodgers have done exactly what you want. Any fan from any team would want their team to be doing this, right? That's the goal, is to be a World Series competitive team. And that's what the Dodgers have done year in, year out, especially the last several years since we've gotten Shohei Ohtani. And so I don't see anything wrong with it. Look, man, we were this close to being beaten last year in the World Series. So if we gotten beaten, are people still complaining or still bitching? No, but we won. But that's where you want to be. You want to be able to be competitive enough to win.
Yeah, that's the goal of any kind of sport you're playing, any competitive sport. You want to win the championship. I mean, when this ownership took over, I don't remember the exact year, but when they took over, they made it their goal to win. That was their number one priority. Yeah, there you go, 2012. Yeah. They didn't make it that first year. They didn't make it to the playoffs that first year, but the year after they traded for the year during that season. They traded for Adrian Gonzalez at first. They made that trade with the Red Sox that got him and other players called, and they made a statement like, "Hey, we want to win." Right. And ever since then, they've done exactly what they need to.
Right. Right. And let's not forget
in the last 7 years.
Exactly. And let's not forget, we were continuously losing every single year besides the bubble World Series. And so we were continuously losing until we got Shohei Ohtani. So it's not like we have won every single championship since then. It was a disappointment in 2017 for maybe obvious reasons. Yeah. But it was a disappointment in 2018. But also, we were in the World Series. We were in the mix. Yeah, we got let down, but we were in the mix. And that's where you want to be in terms of management leading this team. So, I don't understand the rest of baseball's,
Yeah,
I guess narrative. Maybe it's just they hate us because they ain't us. But it's like, come on, dude, you would want your team to do this too. Yeah.
yeah. Every sport needs a villain, and right now the Dodgers are the villains, just like the Yankees were the villains in the early 2000s. It's a part of the game, just like the Golden State Warriors were, or still are, or just like the Chicago Bulls were in the 90s. It's a part of the game, and people don't like winners. Yeah, people start taking you down once you reach the top.
And the Lakers were the villains in the 2000s.
Exactly.
And so forth. Look at in baseball, the Yankees were the villains for decades, right? So yeah, it's look at every decade, every team, every sport has their villain, and the Dodgers are it right now. But yeah, man, I mean the Dodgers are on their way to three-peating. I feel like it's everything is lining up for them as long as they could stay healthy this year.
I completely agree. I think, like I said, for them to not make it into the World Series, I feel like the starting rotation probably all broke their arms and need time on surgery.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I can't wait for the season to start, man. And it's going to be exciting. Obviously, it's a long season and there's going to be injuries, but, knock on wood wherever you can. This team stays healthy enough to get there. And all they got to do is just be in the mix. They don't need to necessarily win the NL West, not the NL West, but the the NL West. Yeah. And so they don't need to win their division per se to get in the playoffs. All they got to do is just be in the wild card, and I feel like it will be okay.
Yeah, for sure. Completely agree with that. I feel like they are the team to beat right now, and I feel yes, last year's bets made a comment about they have a target, and anytime any team plays against the Dodgers, it's their World Series, and that hasn't changed.
Exactly. Any teams do you think that could be competitive with the Dodgers in the NL West this year, though?
In the NL West, in the NL West, I mean, the Padres are always going to be the rivals.
Right.
They just honestly they just want to win. They want to beat the Dodgers, and as much as people like to say, "Oh, it's not a rivalry," because the real one is against the Giants. I mean, it is. There's new age rivalries that could just come to be because of how competitive and how the teams are built. And right now, it's the Padres moment. Obviously, the Giants are also going to be there too. I feel like those two teams are always going to be playing the devil's advocate with the Dodgers. And aside from that, no, that's it. That's in the NL West, at least. If we're talking about the National League in general, though,
yeah,
I mean, I feel like the Cubs got a lot better. The Mets, hopefully, they figure shit out.
Yeah,
they don't waste another year.
I feel like
they wasted last Soto's first year.
Yeah, the Mets are gonna Met every single year.
I hope not. They really try this year to change the culture, and we'll see. I feel like they've made the right moves for that. The Phillies were a good throw away from taking it to a game 5. So, like I said, it's if we're talking about competition, it's all in the National League. It's not in the American League.
No, it's not. It's not. Exactly. So look at the Dodgers are still. I feel like this year it's going to be tough no matter what. But again, it just comes down to health. Really, look at last year. I mean, last year they were on pace with health in terms of like the injuries. They got lucky in terms of the injuries happening right in the beginning of the season, and they were able to get guys healthy, like Blake Snell, like Glasnow, to come back on time to be able to pitch for the Dodgers near the stretch. And so, all things considered, if that can happen again, where injuries kind of just take the brunt in the beginning of the season, where we can kind of just manage our way through and then get healthy throughout the season, I think that would be the best bet.
And it's going to give us a versatile player that we haven't seen since Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, even though he wasn't the greatest with the Rams, he was a force down there in the secondary. So it's going to give us a big name and a force since we haven't had since the Super Bowl run with Jalen Ramsey. And so huge pickup for the Rams, bringing in a guy that the Chiefs weren't going to pay. So the Rams definitely gave him the bag, giving him 4 years and a bunch of money to go along with that. And so he's now taking the place of Emmanuel Forbes Jr., which is good, because they can look. Emmanuel Forbes Jr. is no slouch himself either. So look, if there's a play where he needs to come in, it's just only going to benefit the Rams to have that kind of depth on their defense. And the Rams were not done stealing more players from the Chiefs defense, as the Rams have now signed and have come to terms with cornerback Jalen Watson on a 3-year deal. I'm going to read you again from therams.com. The Rams' overhaul of the cornerback room into the start of the free agency continued with another new addition, agreeing to terms with former Chiefs cornerback Jalen Watson on a 3-year deal. Watson, 27, produced 178 total tackles, 24 passes defended, 3 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown, and 4 sacks in his first 4 NFL seasons with Kansas City, starting 29 of 53 seasons games played, and as well as 4 of the 10 playoff games he has played as well, and is also a 2-time Super Bowl champion, joining former Kansas City teammate Trent McDuffie in Los Angeles. This is Watson on why he chose the Rams in free agency. He goes, "Physicality is my strength. That's why I think me and Trent complement each other so well." Watson said, "His strengths are short area quickness and small, shifty guys. My strengths are guarding the bigger receivers, so we should be pretty diverse. We should be able to match up pretty well against a lot of different teams." He also said it's a full circle moment coming back to Los Angeles where he grew up. And now with Watson solidifying the cornerback position, look, the Rams defense is even stacked now. We were good last year. We just got great. Let me read you off these players that are projected to be starting on the Rams defense next season. You have Brandon Fisk, Poona Ford, all right, Kobe Turner, Byron Young, Nate Landman, who was excellent for the Rams last season, Omar Spades, Jared Verse, Trent McDuffie, Cam Curl, Cameron Kitchens. We all know what he had done in some of the games last year. Now Jalen Watson and Quentin Lake. This defense is looking pretty damn stacked, and I feel like it's one of the top of the NFL. And so this is going to be a problem for the NFC, and I think the NFL in total. So good on the Rams for just not sticking to their guns on this team from last year and really trying to go for it. And this is exactly what Les Snead and Coach McVay have done all throughout their tenure in Los Angeles. They have continuously gone for a winning Super Bowl contending team. Even when things fell apart after the Super Bowl we won in 2022, we picked ourselves up and we got it back together. And look, this defense is now top notch, and we have put ourselves again at the near top for the Super Bowl next year. And so this is continuous from Les Snead and management to be able to go for it. And as a Rams fan, all you can do is just applaud what they're doing. More free agency news for the Rams. The Rams also re-signed Cam Curl to a 3-year deal. I'm going to read you again from therams.com. Curl was the Rams' second leading tackler last season, and his 122 tackles were the second most among NFL defensive backs. He also caught 2 interceptions in the regular season and 1 clutch pick in the playoffs to help the Rams get past the Bears in overtime of the divisional round. So a 3-year deal for Cam Curl. Again, solidifying this defense, man. It is really good to see. And then a couple more news and notes here from the Rams. The Rams have agreed to linebacker Keir Thomas on a 1-year deal. Thomas has entered the league as an undrafted free agent by signing with the Rams in 2022. Since then, he has appeared in 17 regular season games, starting 1, along with 3 postseason games. He's registered 13 tackles, 3 for loss in the regular season, and 3 tackles in the playoffs. He appeared in 0 games in 2025 after sustaining a season-ending undisclosed injury in the preseason, which landed him on injured reserve. All right, so there you go. They have re-signed linebacker Keir Thomas, and then they have agreed to terms on long snapper Joe Cardona. Cardona, 33, will be entering his 12th season in 2026. He played his first 10 with the New England Patriots before signing a one-year deal with the Miami Dolphins last year. A two-time Super Bowl champion, he has played in 177 career regular games plus 13 playoff games in his first 11 seasons. Cardona originally entered the league as a fifth-round pick by the Patriots out of the Navy in 2015. Prior to that, he played collegiately at Navy from 2011 to 2014. So, again, signing Super Bowl champions to this team. It is great job. Great job by management, particularly because we were asked last year on special teams. So if you're going to bring in guys to help solidify the special teams, well, you're going to want guys that have championship pedigree, and so that's what they're doing. Oh, before we close out of here, also the Rams have agreed to terms with long-term tight end Tyler Higbee on a 2-year deal. So it's great to see Big Higgs back in a Rams uniform, and he's Rams for life, man. He's a Ram for life. It's good to see them, and also Higbee back just healthy. He has gone through the gauntlet of injuries last several years, so it's great that the Rams are rewarding him with a 2-year contract, and hopefully he could retire as a Ram. But all right, that's going to end today's podcast, guys. I want to thank you guys again for joining in. Again, remember to subscribe, like, follow us on all of our social medias at Lace 'em Up Sports. We'll be back next week talking all things Lakers, Clippers, and our playoff chances. And until next week, guys, take care, and we'll see you.